Test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, live on Twitch. What about YouTube? Yeah, that works too. Good. Hello everyone. It's not finished. Okay, my camera is a little bit off. Looks better. Hi Kilin, Sumi, hello chat. Okay, what is going on? This stream will be, I don't know, hour, maybe up to 2 hours. We will watch the IOI 2024 Leaderboard, International Olympiad in Informatics. I hope that technically everything is okay. In YouTube description there is link to the leaderboard. I will also paste it in the Twitch. I will also mention in Code Forces that there is something going on. Where is IOI discussion here? Okay, done. So what is going on? Maybe first, for those of you, but maybe nobody, those of you who do not know what is this competition, IOI is the biggest programming contest for high school students and below. So primary school students also are allowed to participate. This year it is in Egypt, not long after the ICPC 2023, I think, which happened in Egypt as well, just a few months ago. In IOI there are 3 tasks, each graded from 0 to 100 points. 100 points is the full score. I will maybe open the normal leaderboard as well. Sometimes I want just a static version. Right now on the first place we have Balint Rosa from Canada with all 3 problems started. That being said, I wouldn't say this is the perfect strategy and the best chance to win the day. I think it's slightly better to have a problem fully solved and just focus on 2 remaining problems. Also, we see a second problem message. It is a partial scored problem, meaning you get non-integer scores. Clearly, you need to write some solution, and the better it is, the more points it gets, and not necessarily it is possible to get 100 points. It's an optimization problem. Yeah. Hi Rifat, how am I? I'm okay. Slowly preparing the Polish ICPC stage, which will happen in November. I'm the chief judge. Okay, what do I see on the right? I'm guessing in the queue what we see is the equal character means that somebody has not improved their score, and the plus means that somebody just got extra points. There are more than 300 participants from many countries. A country is allowed normally to send 4 participants. So if we have, what is it? If we have around 360 participants, that means around 90 countries. Some countries are not allowed officially to participate, like Russia, and they, I think, appear under IOI flag. This leaderboard does not show countries, which is bad. So, but we have more information here. Sometimes I will switch back to this one, where we see a country, and obviously I'm cheering for Poland most of all. Right now, Adam Gąsienica Samek from Poland has second place. I think that's the highest score in that optimization problem. And the Nile problem fully solved. Clearly, it's the easiest problem. The remaining guys from Poland, 45th and 70th place. So almost all of them got the 100 points. Kajetan is still to get the 100 points in the first easy task. The participants do not know which task is easy. Okay, everything okay technically with the stream? I think so. Code forces works. Cool. And what time it is of the competition? 2 hours passed, 3 hours remaining. The competition lasts 5 hours. You have 3 problems for 5 hours. Unlike some other contests like Code Forces, you have a lot of time per problem, so it's perfectly fine to... What am I seeing here? So Adam Samek only a moment ago solved B. Do I understand this correctly? I thought that it was for quite some time already, but apparently he just got it. You can click a user and see some more info. I think this is the current time of the competition, so yeah, he maybe 10 minutes ago got this score. This graph shows how your points increase during the contest. East Fun. (87.17 points). This is also the highest score in this problem. 87. Okay. There exists some solution that gets exactly 87 points for message. Even though it's an optimization problem and you can get very random scores, clearly there are some scores that keep repeating. It doesn't mean that participants cheat. It just means they came up with exactly the same idea. 29.31 seems the most common score. We have 41 points at most in C problem. I think that Shogo Amacho, sorry about the pronunciation, got the first full score in A1. I need to change this leaderboard behavior a little bit. So it would be maybe a little bit slower. What about now? That's not what we want. What do I want? I guess I want to hide and show again. Okay, good. This software with Leaderboard and Queue was created for ICPC, where we see screens of contestants. And what you are able to see in ICPC is just screens of, for example, 4 top teams. In IOI, that doesn't exist, so sometimes we just see default, let's say, backgrounds or photos of contestants. When in ICPC you would see a screen. Will this stop scrolling after 100? Well, we got to 100. There are 3 medals, 3 colors of medals that you can get in ICPC. I wanted to stop scrolling. Okay. What are countries we want to keep track of? I wonder how Brazil is doing. It's 2nd year in a row that I did a camp for them. Lobo 145. Maria. Felipe. Pedro is a strong contestant. 0 points. I guess it means that he's working on a 100-point solution for something. But 2 hours into a contest, if you have 0 points, that can affect your mindset. Should we keep track of some other guys? India? How is India doing? Right now there are 2 people from India with 110 points. That's tied 55th place, but they have the 10 points on 2 different tasks. The first subtask apparently is in both. Regarding the strategy, I always tell my students that they should actually leave the optimization problem for last. You want to spend as much time as you have left on the optimization problem. What I don't recommend is spending unnecessarily long time on optimization problem like message, and then just not having enough time for the binary graded problem, where maybe 10 more minutes would give you 50 points. You just didn't have enough time to finish. So the 3 normal problems are more binary. You have enough time or not. And in message, as many minutes as you have left after you feel you're done with the other 2 problems, you will get more and more points. How about China? China. Oh, this is complicated. China for now is not dominating. Top person from China, 26th place. Maybe I will clean this a little bit. For now, I'm marking Brazil and India. So are there people from Hong Kong and Macau? Yes. So Hong Kong 11th place and 18th. China 27th with 23 points in this hard task. This and is this Australia? Miles Conway. Yeah, Australia. So in Codeforces I briefly saw that Australia is not participating officially because the host is Egypt. I don't know exactly why is that. So is it that Egypt is too dangerous right now to visit, or is it just strictly political and not about safety? But what happened is officially Australia is not participating, and instead the 4 members from Australia are participating under the IOI flag, so the non-country flag. You will also see people from Russia. I don't know if same for... So Russia does not exist here. Belarus, same thing. So I'm guessing Russia and Belarus were not allowed to participate, and I think Australia officially didn't want to participate. Okay, let me see the chat. And Egypt, how is Egypt doing? Let's see. Oh, there are 2 teams from Egypt as a host. How is Egypt doing? Actually very well. Ahmed Gamal with 15th place, 51 points for the optimization problem. Yahya Emara, 21st place. And I'm guessing that Yahya is from the other team. Is the other team allowed to get medals? Anybody knows? Australia participate officially in the sense that they will get medals and they count as participants. They represent IOI. Oh, I guess this is about all non-country people. Okay. You can travel officially from Australia because Egypt is on risky to travel list of Australian government now. Okay, got it. So the ministry doesn't allow Australians officially to travel to Egypt. Got it. Does the leaderboard freeze on IOI? I might be wrong, but for participants, is there what info nowadays do participants get? I think participants see nothing, right? So the non-country people apparently get the same medal as people nearby, but they shouldn't be counted towards the medal distribution, I guess. Egypt. My face is covering that just right now, but somebody, Kang Yang Zhou, got 90 points for problem B. I will organize my second monitor a little bit. We have 220 points. Nice. So Balint Rossa from Canada is going strong. Do I know him in Code Forces? Balint R. 2800, max rating of 2900. Well, that's a strong participant. But China has 3 legendary grandmasters, and this disgrace to the country, only max rating 3070. It's crazy how strong young people from China are. Egypt too are not counted towards number of participants, so they get the same medal as the person right below them. This was my understanding. Adam from Poland, 4th place. You will see on the left here colors, gold, silver, and bronze. What happens is that some number of people will get a gold medal, and of course the first person, that's the winner. Let's say that's the main gold medal, and they can say that they won the IOI. 1/12 of participants gets gold. Then what is it? 1/6 gets silver, and 1/4 gets bronze, and that should total to the half of the contestants. Yeah. Let me open my OneNote just without spoilers in case I want to draw something. Do we have any idea what the problems are? Sadly, no, because apparently because some participants are online, I don't know who exactly, but the IOI committee didn't allow problems to be published before the end of the contest. And that's very bad. Even the, well, we have titles, right? Nile, message, and tree. So tree seems to be a problem about a tree. Nile can be really anything. Clearly there was some problem and they added a story about the Nile River. And message might be an interactive problem, some kind of communication problem where you need to compress the message, compress the bits. Israel is competing from home. Okay, makes sense. So Israel is competing online, and at least because of that, we don't have access to problems. Otherwise, it would be too easy for somebody else to help them or to leak something. When will the mirror start? I have no idea, but in a moment I will, in Codeforces, open the blog to see. So in IOI, there are around 360 people. The top 112 of everybody, so that's what is it, 30 people will get a gold medal. Then the next 212, that 60 people will get silver. So this is a gold, this is a silver, and do I have a good color for bronze? No color, so let's say that this will be bronze. And then the 3/12 of everybody, which is 90 people, will get a bronze. There are also some rules here about honorable mention, I think. I don't know how many people get that. It might be something like you need to be in top 50% in at least one of the days. That used to be the case. Can they use ChatGPT to get answers? No, they don't have internet access. And I'm guessing that it should be the same rules for Israel. So even though they compete from home, not really home, I'm sure that they have very strict environment where they don't have general internet access. I don't know how it's resolved, but in the on-site competition, you don't have the internet access. India moves to number 8. Let's see. Let's see. India. Yeah, the Canadian guy is still first place, but not with a big advantage. Actually, I would argue that those few extra points in 3 might be more worth than extra points in message, because in message, I'm guessing from the top that everybody can get around 80 points. Though also what we see in the top is people who got the 80 points. So 3 might have a lot of smaller subtasks where you can get extra 13 points, over 10, extra 7 points here. Right now the top is Canada, then I'm guessing Russia or Belarus, Australia, China, Poland, China. China is now doing way better. The 2 people, earlier we saw China being on place 26th and below. Now 2 people solved the remaining problem, either the optimization or the first one, and they get 4th and 6th place. USA and India, Matthew Allen. Indonesia, sorry. DN versus Andy. Somebody told me that India is now 8th place. Also, I saw IDN. That was enough for me. And I wanted to say that it's unusual name for India. So Indonesia 8th place, India 9th place. Sodani. I'm not going to pronounce the first name. That's nice. Daria from Russia. Okay, thank you. So Russia unofficially 2nd place. Why is Australia team IOI? You will see discussion in Codeforces. That's because Australia officially, it's too dangerous to travel to Egypt, so the ministry, the government, forbids people to travel to Egypt officially. So they needed to do it less officially. However that works. Iran. How is Iran doing? Let me unmark India. And for now, let me unmark Poland, though they are doing okay. Iran 35th place. That's strong silver, but not gold. Gold should be around 30 people. Shitij. But I also don't know how to pronounce the last characters. Tej. The second name was way easier. Sodani. Trivial. A lot of people now are getting extra points in the task B, the message. In A, from time to time, people from the bottom of the leaderboard get extra points. Right now, it is looking best for those who either got around 90 points in message, because then, I hope, they need to switch to C. In the optimization problem, once you are close to 100 points, you shouldn't spend more time, unless it's the end of the contest. You should switch to the normal problem, C. So if you have 190 points, let's say in AAB, that's a very convenient situation because you have 2 hours and a half left for the one problem and you can focus only on that. And also it's looking good for people who already have 40-something points for C because likely they are closest to solve it. That being said, sometimes you get points for solving a subtask that has nothing to do with the full problem. I would say there are 2 types of subtasks, but you don't actually know. Oh, that stopped working. You actually don't know which one is which. Imagine training for years and not going to IOI because of concerned government. Well, okay. First of all, training for years is still less important than being in danger. But second, they did go to IOI. What is very sad is when people actually cannot go to the ICPC or IOI, and that does happen. For example, recent ICPC, it was in Egypt, and it was actually hard to travel around those days because of the situation around Israel. And there were some teams there were some people who didn't make it to the competition because it was just too hard to travel. That's terrible. And still, you know, concerned government isn't evil. Average age of participants, I'm guessing 17 and a half. You're allowed in high school and below, so the oldest people should be around 19. And the youngest, I don't know who is the youngest, but I'm guessing blindly 12. How is Bangladesh doing? Bangladesh, those are quite good results. 32nd, 93rd, and that's not 0 points, that's 6 points, still something. There are some people with 0 points, but even for those, it isn't so bad because, well, first of all, you have still more than 2 hours. Second is, it might happen, though it's very bad strategy-wise, that you just start working on a very good solution, something worth 100 points, and you keep working. And before you are finished, you don't have any points. It happened to me to have 0 points 15 minutes before the end of the competition and then got second place because just I finished 2 problems. Yeah, countries unable to pay for transport, that's terrible, really. High schoolers being better than I ever will be. Yep. I mean, if you exclude China, then I'm okay with the level of current high schoolers. But there are people there are 15-year-olds from China who are stronger than me after my years of training. I mean, they might not have all the knowledge from university, so there are some problems where I'm better, but there are so many problems and categories where they are stronger than me. And I feel like I'm a professional. I spent more than 10 years mainly doing competitive programming. Not just a side hobby. That's my main thing that I do. And that still there are kids better than me in China. Am I going to try solve the problems on stream? They are not available. And not available. Because there is at least one country, Israel, who is participating online. Because of that, it's forbidden to publish or share the problems. Turkey. Do I need to now spell Turkey in that special way? How do I spell Turkey? Do I need to use this character to find them? Come on. Really? Good luck searching for Turkey. I guess you can type T and it will be here somewhere, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm not searching for Turkey anymore. You're saying that this is their strongest guy? Sangis Eray Aslan. I would say that going for the optimization problem first is a very bad strategic choice. No, I didn't see problems last year. You stole my idea? What idea? To copy Turkey or what? I can comment a little bit on strategy and what I think is good order of solving problems. So what we see here is the opposite of good strategy, I think. I always tell my students go for the optimization problem last. Oh, to stream IOI. Okay. Hey, you can join. You can join. Also, you could have told me that it's forbidden to stream and I wouldn't stream. Kostka is, by the way, one of people involved in organizing IOI. Okay, so maybe a little bit about strategy in IOI. You have 5 hours, 3 problems, each worth 100 points. And there are subtasks. Every problem consists of smaller parts where you can get partial points. What you might experience in some competitions online, but this is not one of them, some competitions online, you get some points for every test passed. So the more reasonable, the more correct your program is, the better. That's not the case here. In IOI and many other contests, if you have at least one mistake and if you don't pass at least one test within a group of tests, you get 0 points. So if your solution is slightly wrong, maybe you coded 200 lines and one line is wrong, you have some kind of edge case wrong, you might get just 0 points. So you need to be correct. What you might not be is fully efficient, or you might not solve all types of tests, but there are subtasks. Example of subtasks is smaller constraints. For example, n is only up to 100. So, and then it's allowed to do a slower, less efficient solution with worse big O time complexity, and you will get points. If there wasn't such subtask, then you might get 0 points if your solution is slightly too slow, because there are tests where your program is too slow, so you get 0 points. But there are subtasks where it's okay to write a brute force, to write a solution that is not optimal. There are also subtasks where it will say, for example, the input graph is a tree, so it doesn't have cycles and it's connected. Then maybe some completely different algorithm works. Then there might be subtask where there is only a single query. You have input array, you need to do some kind of updates and queries, but there is only one of them. So now instead of a data structure, it's just about implementing something completely different. What other examples there can be? In optimization problem, and that's the problem B today, that's where there is some scoring function, and usually problem is NP hard, like traveling salesman problem. This is where maybe nobody knows the optimal solution. Maybe nobody knows the polynomial solution that will solve any test for some constraints. But you can do something heuristic, something that is worse or better, and you can keep improving it. A lot of real-life problems are like that. When you assign tasks to cores of CPU, when you have a data center and you assign tasks to different machines, it's not that there is a perfect solution for that because you have a lot of parameters, a lot of resources to share, but you will use some logic for that. And in a problem like this one, today that's problem B, message, you will just get more points the better your solution is. And very often so this does not appear in IOI. Very often a first subtask like small n where you can do a very stupid brute force, you will get, for example, 10 out of 100 points. Maybe the input graph is a tree, you can get additional 23 points. And maybe this is additional 15 points. Sometimes you can come up with a solution that will solve multiple subtasks, like maybe you come up with something that is not quite efficient enough, but it will solve both 10 and 15 points for the total of 25. Then maybe you have a choice. Well, I can solve a tree with some separate algorithm that will be very fast. So I can make an if the input graph is a tree, I will run this different algorithm for the extra 23 points. This way you will collect, let's say, 48 points. But you're spending time on subtasks and you might have less time to get the full score. Because the full solution, worth 100 points, it will solve all those subtasks anyway. And that's very important. What is your exact strategy? Because if you spend more time on subtasks, you have less time for 100 points. And that's a decision. Do you think you have enough time and skill to get 100 points? What actually is not such a bad strategy is to first solve just one small subtask, because the first subtask often is very, very easy. So you will spend 10 minutes on it and you get some points. And there are a few advantages. Advantages of solving first subtask and just getting few points. That's mental comfort. Getting 10 points is better than 0. 0 can really not put you down. It can affect your performance. Then you have a brute force for stress testing. So often later you will have another solution, it doesn't work. You can compare the two programs with each other. And finally, you have a sanity check about problem statement understanding. Confirmation that you understand the problem statement. What would be very, very unfortunate is if you read the problem, get the idea for 100 points, implement it for 1 hour, and then realize after sending and getting wrong answer, maybe even on sample tests, maybe you realize that you misunderstood the problem and you literally wasted 1 hour. So related to that, I think that it makes a lot of sense in IOI, where you have a lot of time per problem anyway, to solve the first subtask and then think what next. Also, I think it's not a good strategy to start with optimization. I think it's good to leave for later optimization problems and specific subtasks, like the input is a tree. Because if you implement that, very likely this has nothing to do with the full task. And if you're going to get the 100 points later anyway, then you wasted time. Though it's perfectly fine to think about subtasks provided to you in the statement, because they might be a hint. If you don't know how to solve for a general graph, maybe first think about the tree, and doing that will give you hints for the full solution, but you don't need to implement it. Yeah, let's see the leaderboard. I will unmark. Okay, so what do we see? Still the Miles Conway from Australia, first place, 224 points. So I think nothing changed there. No, just a little bit. No, since then nothing changed. Then Balint from Canada, second place, almost the same score. They both have 41 points in 3. We already see people having more points. Matthew from Indonesia and Daria from Russia, they have slightly extra points. That being said, those might be those specific subtasks that do not help in general. Does this work now? If not, I will move my face to the bottom corner. Can I explain stress testing? Yeah, in a moment. I will now go through the chat what I missed. Okay, so this doesn't work then as well. I can put my face here. No. Okay, how is Poland doing? Adam is still at the top. Now Kajetan got down. Jan Gwiazda, 50th place. Rafał only has 100 points. Still, that's okay. This might mean that he's working on something that might give you suddenly extra 40 points. And there isn't that big of a difference between 100 points and, let's say, 130 points. So right now, 50 versus 120th place isn't a big difference. What is a big difference is here people in the top, let's say top 20, they have an advantage over people after 50th place. It's 2 problems versus 1. Alejandro from Spain, 5th place. That's also nice. I think maybe Alejandro should spend extra few minutes on message if he has ideas, but otherwise, all the people here with 80 and more points in message should just switch to 3 and try to go for 100. What do I mean by optimization problem? Heuristic problem, yeah, it can be probabilistic. You can search for heuristic problems, let's say. Is that a good description? I don't know. But let's say that machine learning also is an optimization problem, because when you want to generate something, guess something, categorize something, there might be not a perfect solution, and maybe there doesn't exist an algorithm that is perfect. It can be better, and we can measure it in some way. How long will it last today? Sorry that I'm now only reading messages from 5 minutes ago. The competition is 5 hours, and we are almost 3 hours into the contest. I started the stream 40 minutes ago, so there wasn't much to talk about in the first hour. Yes, AdCoder heuristic contest is good practice for optimization problems. If you search for AdCoder heuristic contest or TopCoder marathon match, you will see this. I will paste a link. Heuristic contest. You will see some description. Okay, what next? So stress testing later. A lot of solutions with if-else for every case. No. Maybe I will start answering some problems like that. Professional live stream. Do you need to write a lot of solutions for every problem with if-else for every case to get 100? No. Except for optimization problem, there exists a solution that gets 100 points. The idea for subtasks is that if you don't come up with that full solution, you can solve it partially. So in general, let's say it is possible to solve for a graph that has 1 million vertices. But you only can do it for 1000 vertices, or if the input is a tree, which is a simpler graph. then you can make ifs for those cases. You will get, let's say, 40 points out of 100. But if you come up with the full solution, which is strictly better than those ideas, smaller ideas of yours, you will get 100 points. Lisa Val, please don't spam the same question multiple times. Oops. Why is China so strong? From my opinion, how 15 years old got a legendary grandmaster? How many hours is actually needed to reach such rank? There are for sure many reasons. I think that China in all sports is very strong, and it comes from factors such as strong educational system where you are able to catch talents very early and grow them. So if you're a talented 6 years old, you will be, somebody will realize that, let's say a math teacher. I don't know how it works. I'm not a citizen. I was to China once, but I don't know much about its educational system. So I think when you're very young and talented, somebody will realize that, and you will be able to attend maybe in a nearby city or something, classes. There are also in China a lot of materials online, strong online community, and for programming it's very convenient to use. And it's a culture where it's, I think, recommended for a student to spend a lot of time learning. So it might be social pressure as well from parents, from the society, that you should try to excel at something and be a hard worker. So I think in the West, people more often will not spend so much time on education. And in many countries, what will happen is that for many years, you will only study in your small, let's say, town or village, and there won't be good classes, good teacher for that particular subject where you could excel. I remember talking with people from India about that really it's not until and including high school, you will not move from your own village/town, and because of that, you will not meet other people who are very good, for example, at math or programming. Math actually is better because more people are doing math, but programming is still relatively new. In Poland, there are a few cities with strong high schools and classes for competitive programming. So if you're talented, you will go there. Okay. Let's see some countries. India. What else? Taiwan and Romania. And for now, I will unmark Poland. Miles got some extra points. Oh, both people in the top, they got the extra 7 points. They jumped from 41 points to 48. Okay, so India still 13th place. Sodani. Romania. Row? I'm surprised by the abbreviation. Row. Romania, Taiwan, India again, Romania. So Romania is going good. Almost 2 gold medals right now. Taiwan, 60th place. India, Taiwan. Romania, surprisingly, you have 2 people in around gold medal and then 2 people around no medal at all. No, it's still, there is some time where you can get 100 points and so much will change. Iran is participating online too. Okay, so Iran and Israel. Am I not interested in making money? You can get 1 million offer from Fang. If you get me a 1 million offer from Fang, then I will consider it. How is China doing? Strong, right? But not as strong as they used to a few years ago. No, there's no time penalty. How's the weather? I don't know. Where is it? Cairo? It's hot. During ICPC finals, it was very hot. I'm not able to show Belarus specifically because they are under IOI flag. So Belarus officially does not participate. Oh, and yeah, China has huge population. You know, if you get Poland and you sample 4 best people, but you then reshuffle the population, I mean, you restart the population and you get, again, top 4 people, then I think Poland would be stronger. USA is good, obviously. Does the optimization problem have a 100% perfect solution? Not necessarily. So maybe the maximum you can get is 90 something. Okay, now I'm up to date with messages. Should I wait for data structures and algorithms? I need to, after this stream, before the second day, I need to figure out message highlight more professionally than taking a screenshot. Should I wait for DS and algorithms course in university before joining competitive programming on LeetCode? No, you don't need to. In particular, competitive programming, I think, is more of a hobby. And if you're interested in that, for example, maybe you like math, maybe you're competitive and you just like becoming better than your friends, then the earlier you start, the better. Versus LeetCode, that's for interview preparation. And I'm guessing you can just learn programming at your normal pace. And maybe only after that first course in university, you can switch to LeetCode and try more of it. Because it will be easier for you after you get the fundamentals right. How many will get gold and silver? Gold is top 30. So up to 30th place roughly is gold, and then up to 90th place is silver. Right now the threshold for silver is 118, and for gold that's 150. But it will change. We have still 2 hours left. I'm not competing in Codeforces much because I don't have time. Who will get first today? Well, I'm wishing all the best to Adam Gąsienica-Samek. I think he's still young and he has some attempts left. But he's so strong. By the way, he's a son of Polish Olympiad winner from many years ago. So that's both genetics and from when he was very young. I'm guessing he practiced programming. He's good. In the name of the life, I made a typo. Oh, no, International Olympiad. Okay, I will change that. Thank you for noticing the typo. Alfredo, thanks. International Olympiad in Informatics. And I typed it in one platform, Twitch, and then I pasted on YouTube. International Olympiad in Informatics. Done. How many people do we have watching? 100 on YouTube, 150 on Twitch. So, hello, 250 people. Whoa, 100 points. Okay, China is strong. Who would have thought? How many minutes ago that happened? Can I see that? I don't see the time, but it is very recent. Matthew also got something. Matthew is submitting C1, got extra 11 points. What we see here in the top screen is based on time, how many points you have, 300 being the maximum. And what we see at the bottom is based on time, what is your score, what is your rank, your current place. And we see that here nothing much changed for the past hour or so, hovering around first place. Well, then I wish all the best to Adam and to many others for that tree problem. So it's solvable. What is interesting is that this person also has the highest score in the optimization problem. That's amazing. So not only he had enough time to get 100 points here, but already he got best ideas for the optimization problem. And that's important for tiebreakers. Nope, tomorrow maybe no optimization problem, and it will be reasonable to get 300 points. Then having the advantage of just 3 points today is already a win. You can click to, I can click here. Click on each problem to see the submission time. What about here? Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you, Eisenger. So 2:55. That was just 3 minutes ago. Okay. Just 13 minutes ago, got points for subtask 2, not even subtask 1. So I'm guessing there was some mistake, but in this type of subtask, this mistake didn't hurt. Maybe it was something very special. Few extra attempts with, I'm guessing, wrong answers. Then few extra subtasks. That's still unusual, but it means some kind of mistake. If usually the first subtask is very small n, but not always. And then 2 extra attempts and 100 points. You don't get penalties for wrong submissions. Only your score matters. That person has 3000 rating on Codeforces. Or you mean 3600 or 3006? Okay, 3600. I see. Well, yeah, just build different. You think he's now trying to solve this for a better score, or just, you know, playing solitaire or something on the computer? We will get access to problems only after the competition, because there are countries like Iran and Israel who are participating online. Because of that, it's not allowed to even have access to problems right now for the public. University math, let's say entry-level university math. I don't think you need calculus, but maybe intersecting two circles. So let's say very hard high school level math, including Olympiad level. His old account was first in Codeforces before it got nuked. I don't understand why people from China use so many accounts in Codeforces. That's, I don't know, it's stupid. I want to keep track of problems and contests I solved. Hope he takes a break for a minute. I don't know. If you are that strong, then I don't know what exactly is your strategy and mindset during a competition. But I think usually people do not have a break. Well, do many people have a break after a fully solved problem? In 5-hour contests, maybe. When in ICPC, when you solve easy problems, actually there might be so easy that before you even get feedback about the score, you already start reading the next problem, not to waste time. In IOI, Those are just three hard problems, so I think I would always wait for the score. And when I get 100, I think I would not take a break. I take breaks when I'm thinking about the problem, and then I go to eat something, for example, or go to a toilet, but while thinking. Well, 300 points. That's nice. Okay, regarding all the questions of is it possible to get 100 points in this problem, the answer apparently is yes, at least if you're from China. At least when you are Kang Yang Zhou. Good game, well played. Well, I should almost say stream over. What is China feeding their people? When they are young, math problems. He also has European Championship. What? You mean the guy from China won European Championship in something? Dost, what are you talking about? Sadly for him, it's captain 100 points. There was a Olympiad optimization problem where at least in online version you could get more than 100 points. Code forces, breaking the 100 points. Breaking the 100 points in IOI 2010 maze. Apparently the scoring was made in such a way that theoretically you could go above 100 points. I don't know if it's an error in the online judge or what. Maybe every subtask should be worth 10 points, not 11. No matter what kind of mistake that was, somebody grinded for 21 days and 56 submissions to get 100.08 points. So, you know, you can do better than 100. China person, the guy can relax and play games now. Yeah, or just come up with your own problems, try to solve something in a different way. Maze allowed up to 110 points. Okay, got it, thank you. Do you know any guy from China that stream contests like this? Not on YouTube, but you know, okay, all that being said, it's amazing that they are so strong while being so young, but it's not that China is dominating the competitive programming stage. And there are extremely strong people who are streaming. You will see some old streams from Tourist, from Petr, from Umnik. Those three people are on the same level as here the winner. And really, if you think about it, when you see it, you will realize that those people, yeah, sure, they are extremely strong and smart. You can say that they are geniuses, but still it's the same that normal people think, just faster and better. But it's not magic. It's just having a lot of knowledge and practice, so also good intuition, and being fast at thinking. No, if, like in chess, for me it's amazing that you can be so good and you can consider so many possibilities and moves. But also because of intuition, many moves you will discard because they are stupid. Very, very quickly you will prune the tree, and where you are good in pruning the tree of possibilities, you will consider exponentially more states than somebody who is worse. Umnik from Ukraine. I mean, I think originally from Russia, then he moved to Ukraine before the war. He was in Ukraine when the war started. Umnik. He right now is in UK, I think. Okay, how can I unmark countries easily? India, Taiwan, Romania. How is Poland doing? And Brazil. So I'm from Poland and I'm cheering for them, though I didn't have much to do with their training. A few years ago, I did, for maybe 3 years or so, classes in high school in Warsaw, where one actually gold medalist was from there. But those people, I didn't teach them. When you have such strong competition, such strong participants, it's hard to fight for the first place. That's sad. For a person like Adam now, I think he doesn't know the leaderboard, but for such a person, now, what you should aim at. Your goal can only be the gold medal, top 30, and there isn't that much difference between 2nd and 20th place. So it's almost, I would say, a boring competition. I'm sure he will get the 40 points, at least. And that should be enough for gold today, let's say. In 2 days, there is second 100 points. Nice. That's rainbow, right? Yeah. Rainbow is known for his rating changes. He's known for solving problems backwards. In Codeforces, it's optimal to go from easiest problems. He solves from the end. So often, he will solve the hardest problem or two, and that's it. Time over. And he will get some terrible place. I'm quite sure this is the biggest variance in Codeforces. But he's extremely strong. I'm sure his rating should be more than 3000. And by doing this, he practices a lot of hard problems. Now, what should happen here is that maybe he should have started from the tree. But I think strategy-wise, it's great that he left the optimization problem for last. So now, as much time as he can spend here. He can be calm and safe about the other two problems. Chinese in disguise. Solves the last problem and leaves because the rest are too easy. I don't think that's the case. Kang Yang is now preparing the online mirror, I guess. He's uploading he's generating tests to upload to Codeforces to allow everybody to participate in the mirror. I stopped using Linux. I always used Linux virtual machine. So when I need to code something, I run it. Okay, Aditya is repeating the question about resources. Similar topics. Bazoo identity. I don't have recommendations like that. And that shouldn't happen in Division 3. So just ignore. In Division 3, in Codeforces, ignore something like that. Hacking other solutions. Yeah, organizers should give him access to codes from other people, and he should find counter tests. What if you prefer data structures, competitive programming, or data science, AI, and so on? I think it's clear that AI and machine learning are more trendy. They will be in bigger demand in next 3 or 4 years. Competitive programming isn't really in demand. The reason why competitive programming and algorithms are big is that it's very easy to grade interview candidates by making them solve such problems. You should practice, I think, AI and machine learning if you wonder what will be in big demand in 3 years. By the way, link to Leaderboard. Somebody earlier asked me about stress testing, so let me talk about that. What stress testing is when you have two programs, you might verify if they provide the same outputs, and usually we use it to find a counterexample. So let's say that you write your main program, let's say main CPP, and you get 0 points. Let's say verdict wrong answer. Something is wrong, but you don't know what. You just think your solution is okay, you don't see a mistake in your code. Actually, the first thing that you should do maybe is, or maybe what you can do at this point, you can read your code, you can input some small tests by hand and verify, do they seem correctly solved? Let's say that doesn't work. You still don't know. What you can do is you can implement second code, brute force CPP, something that is straightforward, a naive solution, and in IOI you can submit it. Let's say it's 10 points, and it gets time limit exceeded in other tests because it's too slow. Now what you can do is compare them on more tests, but for that you want to do it automatically. So you also create generator CPP that creates random tests. No, n chooses randomly from 1 to 10. Then every element AI chooses randomly from 1 to 100. If you need to generate a graph, you generate edges at random. Just make sure that you are creating a valid test. Then you, in bash or something, you create some kind of script to say that this will be pseudocode, but while true, run generator with different seed to some kind of input file, and compare main from input to output 1, brute force from input to output 1, output 2, and then you can diff output 1, output 2. And you can stop when there is a difference, when the two outputs are different. This is how you can use several files to test. You can also do it within one file, so just create different functions and run them many times, asserting that the output is the same. But I think with more complicated programs, I always prefer having separate files. Can you leave the testing room, the contest area, if you fully solve? I don't know. I guess so. I recall in our national Olympiads, the rules were that you can't exit for first 1 hour and last 15 minutes. So this is applied in many on-site competitions. The reason for this is that some people might be late. We don't want to allow a situation where you exit, you leak the problems, somebody solves them, somebody stronger solves it, maybe with extra tools, maybe with the internet, and then another person comes a little bit late, let's say 40 minutes late, and is allowed to the competition area. And the reason for this is just chaos. In the last 15 minutes, you don't want to disturb others. A lot of chairs would be moved, a lot of, voice. Okay, so what is changing now? Kang Yang still at 300 points, nothing improved. I was hoping to see at least 310. Balint still at the top, 59 points. That's a unique score here. Rainbow, I'm now taking a guess that Rainbow will end with 290 points. No, that's a stupid guess. He will get 300 if it was possible. Will he get 300? What everybody thinks. $300 or 290? Are we allowed to take our library, the team reference document? I don't think so. IOI, you cannot have any materials. In ICPC, you are allowed. Daniel from Israel got some extra points. Chun from Hong Kong, 379. I think, if anything, he will get 387. Many people are getting 87 here. So I would be very surprised if less than 287. But for him, getting the 100 points will heavily affect the chance of him to get the tied first place in the full competition. This is first day out of 2. Today is Tuesday. On Thursday there is day 2, again with 3 problems, each worth 100 points. I wonder if Rainbow is strong in optimization problems. That's a good point. Optimization problems are quite special. And you might be very strong at other types of problems and weak here. What happens if multiple people get a first score? Well, they all are winners, tied winners. There isn't any tiebreaker. So all of them will be winner of IOI 2024. Dead Bushes is saying that Rainbow will get 400 points. Interesting. Lisa Val says 300.00012. I think that happens. That can happen. 1 plus 2 might be equal to that in C++. 59 points. Let's see. So in a tree, we have 2 scores of 100. Then Canada, Russia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, 1 person each with 59 points. Now, when there is 1 hour 40 minutes left, when you have 0 points in the optimization problem, I think that's a tricky decision. Even if you have idea here for 100 points, do you implement it or do you guarantee at least 50 something points here? At some point, so this might be difficult choice. At some point, if you still don't have 100 points, maybe you have some idea, maybe you're implementing something. At some point, it's optimal to switch because you might not get that extra 41 points. And I don't know when is that optimal point. But I think if you don't expect to solve this in 15 minutes or so, I would at this point switch to at least get some points here. If you get here 50 points, let's say, I would happily switch back to 3. Still, no matter what you decide, it can, you might be shooting yourself in the foot, but hard to say. The old problems, those will be released, I think, after this day. So in 2 hours, in 1 hour 40 minutes, the competition is over, and then we will get access to problems. 4,000 rating of tourist, yeah, it's amazing. He's extremely strong. I think he is the best ever competitive programmer in history. And this, yeah, I saw this question a few times, I guess posted by you. Which one is bigger, IOI versus ICPC? So maybe IOI is for high school students and below. ICPC is for university. And here's the thing. I used to think simply that after IOI, you're going to ICPC. ICP is more difficult, more advanced, more topics allowed. It's for teams, which I always prefer. So I would say ICP is better, more important, and so on. But now, after some years, I'm thinking this. In school, everybody can afford, almost everybody can afford a lot of time. And it's okay in your life to spend a lot of time in school on, for example, practicing programming. In university, you have other opportunities as well. For example, you can work. You might have more social life. And I don't think, I think that there are many people who are extremely strong. They're getting gold medals in IOI, and they stop participating because, you know, competitive programming is might be not the main thing in your life. You might want to start working, you might want to open some business, and now I'm thinking that not all the best people in the world are participating in ICPC and are treating it seriously. Versus in IOI, it's more of a even playground where everybody has time, and it's not that you're working so you will not train. Still, I prefer ICPC. And to all people in IOI, I'm telling them, you don't even need to feel stressed about IOI, because if you mess it up, you still have the skills, so you can later win ICPC, and nobody will care that you did not win IOI. Tourist is the final boss for every Division 1 contest. Not every Division 1 contest. I will show you something. My profile, problem setting. Let's see. I think it's this one. Not sure. Yeah, I think it's this one. So this is my contest from the year of 9 years ago, 2015 or so. Oh, we can see the date. Yeah, 2015. And let's go open the leaderboard. Not unofficial. Okay, so by the way, 2 people from Poland first place. I guarantee you it doesn't mean that they cheated. But yes, they are my friends. Though also very strong, and they won other rounds. And you might see here no tourist. You might see here no tourist. So let's scroll down. And by this point, only purple people are here, right? So if you scroll down, 166 place tight tourist. I think that's his worst performance ever. Though we can verify that. Contests in code forces, rank 111, 22, 33, 46, guy fell off. 73, that's a terrible score. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. 35. Of course, a lot of first place, second place. 126, very bad. 140, that must be his worst performance. And 166. Now, you can argue that what it means is that the round was very bad, in that the problems were stupid or something. A lot of people also failed C or D, and he clearly tried both. So 166. Yeah, and he passed D, just failed it. And, you know, there is some variance, some bad luck there. But also, I'm kind of proud of creating tasks that are a counter, apparently, to his skills. I will comment on the topics in a moment. Okay, what's up with the leaderboard? Let's sort by the scores. The top seems to be the same. Any new names? Alejandro, I think, wasn't in top 7, or was he? I mean, he was in the top, just not so high. Singapore, Japan, that's also a new name, Katsuki Ota. Hong Kong, Israel, USA, Vietnam, Latvia, right? Right, Latvia. Ansin Gustavs Andersons. That's a lot of S's at the end. Is that a rule in Latvia that you need to have S at the end? Adam, 15th place. What is happening here? Pedro is very strong. It's not his first IOI. I wonder if he's participating. Because by this point, you should get some points. Can you still counter him now? I don't know. My Polish friends beat tourist easily. Yes. Okay, somebody asked, what do I think about topics removed from IOI syllabus? So first of all, or maybe I will just show you the syllabus. Okay, there is a PDF that is a list of topics allowed in IOI. So there is information about some topics that are allowed, some that are not allowed, and whatever is not listed here is kind of allowed. But it's not that there will be extremely difficult data structure not listed here that you're expected to know. There can be something outside of here that you're expected to come up with from scratch. But let's see some examples. You should be familiar with prime numbers, percentages, line, segment, angle, triangle, rectangle, square, circle. You're not expected to know geometry in 3 dimensions or higher dimensional spaces. Complex numbers, trigonometric functions. So you don't need to know what is sinus. Maybe there exists a problem where, as an alternative, sinus is useful, but there is a way to solve the problem without it. It's good to know functions and their types, like injections, inverses, and so on, but I believe this means that the word inverse will not be used in the statement without definition. So it helps to be familiar with that, but you will not be puzzled what it means in the statement. You need to know some basic logic like truth table of OR, XOR, and so on. Proofs by counterexample, contraposition, contradiction, induction. You don't need to know Bernstein lemma and solving recurrence relations. It's good to know binomial theorem though. Pigeonhole principle, inclusion, exclusion. You don't need to know planarity testing. You don't need to know Grandi theory, like numbers, calculus. What do they say about segment trees or trees? Segment tree was mentioned. No, spanning tree. Minimum spanning tree. Statically balanced binary search tree. You should know. You should be able to implement something. Heavy light decomposition. Tries. You don't need to know string algorithms like hashing and KMP. Obviously, students going to IOI and their teachers should be familiar with that. Now, what I think about it is that it's good that we don't need university level stuff that would reward people who specifically study that. The more it is about thinking and some combination of basic algorithms, the better. And I think I'm quite okay with the fact that in ICPC there isn't particular list. Oh, Adam got something. What did he get? Plus 28 points for C1. Well, okay, that was easy to see. He got 28 points here. He got 0 before. So I think he's happy with his 87 points, and that's good. Though it might be slightly too late. I wonder if he's going towards 100. He solved subtasks 4 and 5. Oh, and 1. That might mean a brute force, not sure. But it's not like the guy from first place, where his submissions were slightly different. First he was getting wrong answer and he didn't even pass subtask 1. So yeah, this might be just solving subtasks. I don't know. There is 1 hour 30 minutes left. Question from 4 minutes ago. Is problem solving influenced more by genetics or learning? Both. I'm not an expert there, but it's a question of genetics / talent versus learning and practice. I think that practice will get you far, but not to the top. The closer you get to the top, the more this will be a limiting factor. So maybe we should almost we should think about this as providing some multiplier for you of how much faster you will learn, but also just an upper cap. So I would say that if this is the time you practice and this is your skill and performance, there is a person who, let's say that we start with skill of 0, whatever. There might be a person who spends a lot of time, but they will be eventually capped. They will get closer and closer to some level where now you know a lot, but by learning more, by getting more knowledge, by practicing more problems, you're not improving that much. And there will be second person who, let's say, started way later, but his multiplier, the slope of how fast they learn is like that, and his cap is higher, let's say here. Actually, different people might practice for longer time, or not only for longer time, but more time per week, and it's difficult to show on a graph, but I think it is like that, where this upper cap and the slope, that's decided by genetics/talent. Of course, practice can be of different quality, and it will affect it as well, but I do believe that there is a cap. And I had conversations with people of, can everybody get to a level of, let's say, 3000 in code forces? My answer is no, not everybody. Just like not everybody can be world level sportsman, artist. Miles got something. I don't see it here. Some subtask 5 solved. Well, that was 15 minutes ago. And extra 4 points recently. Oh yeah, he just a moment ago jumped from 83 to 87 points here. And that is important for ties. Though, for those people in the top, if they don't mess up second day, they should get the gold medal. Though, you know, differences aren't that big. 220 points versus 170 points. That's 50 points. It's not that safe of a margin. But getting score of 100 here is important for somebody who wants to get first place in total, because that's an important tiebreaker. Did I tutor Adam Gąsienica-Samek? No, I did not. I'm guessing mostly his father did. His father is winner of Polish Olympiad from many years ago. Why modular division and inverse removed? Well, why not? It's like any topic. It limits the problem authors, but I think it's okay. String data structures are not allowed. No, Rainbow did not go from the end. Yes, I did math Olympiads. I almost got to IMO. I was 1 point away, or like one threshold away. I got 2 out of 6 points in a combinatorics problems, and then I argued to maybe get 5 out of 6 points, which is the next score you can get. If I did, I would tie at the last place of IMO team. I don't know what exactly would happen then. I think I didn't practice math enough. In high school, I already preferred programming more than math. Maybe that was bad. Maybe I should have focused on one more. But earlier I was good at math. Then in high school I did both, and I didn't go to either international Olympiad. I was around top 10 in both competitions, national math and Olympiad in informatics. Guy from Olympiad solved something, Pedro? But did he start from it? And what happened now? Rafael got a lot of points. That's good. So now Poland is looking okay. That seems to be, and Jan is almost at gold level, so it seems to be strong gold, very strong silver, silver and silver for Poland. That's good. My tutor is international master and told genetics are overrated. Maybe overrated, but still they play a big role in the top. So, you know, notice that this person, the green person, if we're talking about, let's say, normal level of, let's say this is normal level of high school classes, then really up to that level, the person who works a lot and maybe they are capped, they cannot be really excellent, the best in the world at something, they will be very good. With a lot of practice, they will be good. The thing is that when you're talking about winning international competitions, we're talking about level somewhere here. And this person will just not get there. So if we're talking about tutoring of algorithms or math on the level of, let's say, Codeforces Division 2, I think many people can do it. Can get quite good. But something else is getting a gold medal in Olympiad in informatics. I think not everybody, only some percentage of people, given enough practice, are able to get to that level. I don't participate in Codeforces often because I don't have time at the time of competition. I don't remember if Adams that won ICPC, but that seems reasonable. Best age for competitive programming? You should start when you are 6. But also it's good to start with math. If you start with math when you are just a few years old, you're good. Okay, how is India doing? Sudan is still just gold medal. Samik Goyal here with not 100 points in the first problem. That's interesting. So is it like the last subtask missing? Can I click? I want to see, nope, this. Can I see this? No. Okay, so in the first hour he got 82 points. That's everything except the last subtask. Interesting. I wonder if subtask 6 is just same as subtask 7, but a little bit smaller constraints, like extra logarithm in time complexity. 2400 rating possible for top 10% IQ. I think so. Yes, I think that's possible for such people. Assuming that you practice enough, and it helps to start early enough, because I think it's easier for children to learn and to have time to learn. No, you cannot see problems. I'm checking if everything is okay with streams technically. Also, we can go through Codeforces maybe. So let's see what was said about IOI discussion. So what do we have? Today is day 1, 5 hours. In 2 days, on Thursday, there will be day 2, same time. Then 1 day later, there will be closing ceremony with awards. Live scoreboard, we are looking at all the time. If you want it, here's the link again. My voice is very calming. I guess that's good. I'm not sure if that's good for teaching people. if they will start sleeping. Batch of links. Live recording of the opening ceremony. Was it very fancy? Why is it on Facebook? Does it need to be on Facebook? Opening ceremonies of such events are so boring. There was some competition in Bulgaria where I was invited as a guest to host a lecture, stuff like that. In the closing ceremony, I was also invited to speak. I think also maybe to give medals, to bronze medals or something, don't remember. But I made sure to make my speech in the closing ceremony to last 30 seconds or so. Just, you know, you guys are best, and with competitive programming you will get to travel, it will be easier for you to get a job, so it's good that you're practicing, and I wish to see you in more competitions in the future. Congrats to everybody. See you later. That's the speech. And instead they invite people from politics and they will say something for 5 minutes, and it's so boring for everybody there. If I was a politician, I would be known for my concise speeches. Okay, so some shows, people invited with flags, one per person. Well, it was 1 hour. I think it's way better than ICPC. In ICPC, those events can last for 3 hours. Based speech, yeah. There was Costcon, the video. I didn't see him. Am I in Egypt? No, I'm not. What level means? What are you talking about? Speaking about what level means, I think that if the duration of contest is increased to 4 hours, then talent wouldn't influence that much. Everybody should be able to get legendary grandmaster. No, the leaderboard would stay similar. 4 hours extended for everybody. It's not true that talented people given more time will do way worse. And legendary grandmaster is reserved for top percentile of people or so. So changing anything about the rules will not affect percentages of people who get different ranks and different ratings. Samik Goyal is only Samik Goyal 35th. Still a good place. So was he expected to do better than that? Is he a strong gold medal contender? Oh, you mean it's only 13 for the age? Well, if he's 13, then that's amazing. He has like 5 more attempts left. I thought you were saying, and now he got 28th place, which is provisional gold medal. I thought you were saying he's 13th rank. Is it possible to reach masters in next 4 months? Yeah, sure. Who will win? Who do I think will win? I think Pedro from Brazil will win. Just I hope that he implemented a lot of problems but didn't submit much. I'm cheering from Brazil because I did camps for them, both this year and the previous one. And I wish that Pedro gets a lot of extra points. I think 100 points is perfectly fine. And I'm hoping that he's not very stressed right now, because, you know, that such low score at this point of the competition with only 70 minutes left, you can feel stressed and not perform optimally. But I hope he gets the 100 points, because, you know, 100 points, that gives you 170, and that's 40th place, and you can fight for the gold on second day. No, AI cannot solve IOI problems. If you want to get a gold medal from me, your best chance will be some Polish competitions, because I sometimes organize them. Eliska. So is she winner of Girl Olympiad? Do I remember correctly? Eliska from Slovakia. I'm not sure if I do remember correctly. There is sometimes dancing at ICPC. How should a grown-up seasoned coder go about math? That's very hard. And about competitive programming, I do not know, Erxodia. Yes, I do coaching. You can write to me on Codeforces, for example, or email. No, statements not available. Yes, I teach. What rank would I get? Without more practice, I think I would be able to barely get a gold medal. Yeah, I think I would be able to get gold. With practice, so if I got back to practicing, in particular Olympiad level problems, I think I would fight for top 10. But I wouldn't be able to win. So I think right now I'm on the level of, let's say, 25th place in Olympiads. And still, there are many competitions, like in ICPC, I would be stronger than almost everybody here because I have more experience with ICPC problems, say hard geometry. But in Olympiads, those people clearly trained a lot. So I'm quite sure that Adam is better than me at Olympiad problems. Regarding AI solving Olympiad level problems, I read a long blog about it. Many of those blogs are not detailed enough, I would say. And their sample is maybe single year of Olympiad. It's so weak. For example, in Codeforces, they are saying that, oh, they are able to beat this percentage of participants. Then why don't they participate in new rounds live? They train on old data and they solve old data. Even if it's separate, then there is correlation between problems that were and problems that were. Yeah, I don't like it. There was a saying, if there is a really long contest, after 100 minutes, AC Rush wins. After 5 hours, Petr wins. And in the end, anyways, Psycho wins. Yeah, of course, there are people stronger at easy problems and stronger at longer rounds. The Psycho wins in marathons. Actually, I'm very good at easy problems. In Division 3 or 4 contests, if I practice more, I would be able to fight for the win in the world. There was often a case where in the past that I was winning at the beginning of a competition because I was fastest with the easiest problem. I could sometimes win something very simple, something very easy. So I at least used to be tied with the best people in the world at speed of solving easy problems. I will skip some comments, sorry about that. My speech reminds me of how we used to have a tradition in my country's Olympiad to always clap whenever some nonsense speech would come from one of these politicians. That's a nice tradition, Stefan. 1 year we even made it to the national news because of that. Congrats. Sodani got something and 6th place now. Got extra 18 points for C. Let's also see this leaderboard for a moment. Though, oh, and now we see countries here as well. Let this scroll for some time. I will move my face here for now. Should there be marathon international contest for 10 hours time? 10 hours is too little. But yes, I think there should be more marathon contests. I hope that tourists and others will do more code weekends. Okay, so we have right now the Kang Yang from China, first place. Australia, Canada, USA, Russia. Petrulosev, I don't know the country, whether it's Russia and Belarus. India, Poland, Korea, USA, Indonesia, right? IDN. Around 30th place is the threshold for gold medal, though it's only first day out of 2. That's 180 points cutoff. The competition ends in 1 hour, so I'm guessing around 200 points will be then the threshold. But your rank today isn't that important. Your exact points, how much you differ from the threshold for a medal, that matters. Petrulosev now solving C1, and that I'm guessing is being judged. Will he get some points? No, same score. 90th place, that's threshold for silver medal currently, and that's top 25% of people in the contest, 140 points right now. And I'm guessing the easiest way to get it is 100 points for first task and then around 40 points for the second task, though 41 points was quite common here. Top 50% of the people get the bronze medal. That's top 180 people. Can average person be IGM in Codeforces? No. Typing speed a big factor? Not in IOI. In ICPC, it's more of a factor, but it's not a big factor. Thanks for reading all the comments. You're welcome. But you know, it's hard with such a big stream. When I do a more chill stream of just me solving some problems, there will be around 100 people watching, and then it's easy to keep track of it and respond to everybody. I'm sure that Google AI cheats a little bit at least. Also, come on, being good at one competition, I mean one round of a contest. They should start participating live in Codeforces. That's regarding Olympiads in informatics kind of contests. Please review Sodani from India. I mean, how do I review? He is at strong gold level. That's very nice. I don't know if he has ideas for the tree problem, but it seems here that extra 18 points is possible. We can take a look at where that 18 points comes from. Is that's either subtask 3 or 4 and 5. Let's see here. 3 or 4 and 5. 3 and 4. Okay, subtasks 4 and 5, they are in total worth 18 points, and there are people who are getting both, I think, at the same time. Some people get extra 7 points only. So some people try subtask 4 after solving those first 3, and some people get both. It's very rare for people to stop at subtask 6. So I didn't see much. 81 points. Yeah, nobody right now. So 41 is possible, then plus 7 points, and then plus 11 extra points for the next subtask. And then I think you're going for 100. I'm not aware of tasks being public right now. Being physically active important? Not very. I don't think that, for example, chess athletes, let's say, best people in the world in chess are buff. You should sleep well, I would say. DeepMind is bullshit hype. I mean, it's overrated, I think. And they are incentivized to, appear good for shareholders and all that stuff. Do I know Harkirat Singh? No. Petr is also from Russia? Okay, thanks. So in the top we have 2 people from Russia right now. Petr and Daria. That's strong performance from Russia. Samik being close to gold. Wait, let me do this. Yeah, he is. Wait, so do I see correctly that now India is... Oh, I wanted to say almost 4 golds. No, not really. So let's say almost 2 golds, silver and bronze. Poland. Strong gold, strong silver, weak silver, and the boundary between medals. Why do some people have IOI instead of the country? They are not allowed to participate under their flag. For example, Russia and Belarus is not allowed as countries. They are allowed as 4 participants per country, but they need to do it under IOI global flag. Any Egyptian contestant? Egypt is a sad country in terms of competitive programming because there is a lot of corruption. At least in ICPC, it's so expensive. I don't know how it is for Olympiads, but I don't like how it is being done there. And it's hard for me to complain because I also earn from teaching algorithms, and it's not that I'm cheap, but in Poland I'm happy to do many things for free. For example, there was Youth Olympiad, European Youth Olympiad, IOI. So I did some classes for people from there because they had a camp in Warsaw. That was for free. In Egypt, I feel like it's the opposite of that. There are companies earning money, at least on the ICPC stage. You can understand something if you are able to explain it. I don't know what is Guardian in LeetCode. Okay, I'm scrolling. Can participants see live leaderboard? I don't think so. And C++ is used because it's fast and convenient. So why people use C++? Speed of runtime. The same program will be often 5 times slower in Python than in C++, maybe 2 times slower in Java. And the built-in libraries. You already have things like set, which is some kind of red-black trees. So let's call this ordered set. Red-black trees. Convenient maps as well. I don't know what else, but there is a lot of stuff that is built in and it's convenient to use. Bit sets. What C++ doesn't have, at least it's not convenient to use, is big integers, but those are rare to use. And everybody uses it, which has some advantages of its own. The time limits are adjusted to C++. So organizers use C++, so it's guaranteed that you can solve the problem in C++. Same for memory, and same for just estimating the difficulty of how something is used. And access to editorials, tutorials, so you can read other solutions. You will see hundreds of codes from others, including the problem author, in C++, so you can learn from it easily. Why did I stop uploading so much? Lack of time, lack of will. No, in IOI you don't have templates. You need to implement from scratch. There are newer languages as fast as C++. Maybe. But that wasn't the only argument. Also, it's available in all the competitions. Rust, for example, is not allowed in Polish ICPC stage or in the finals of ICPC. So what if you're good in Rust? You will need to switch anyway to C++ for an important competition. Daniel Weber from Israel got some extra points now. It seems that he was around 200 points and now is at 235. Still nobody other than Kang Yang beats the 87 mark. What am I currently working on? Let's say teaching and freelancing. Mostly teaching of different kinds. Just a week or 2 weeks ago, I did a camp, IOI camp, sponsored by Huawei. So if you go to my blogs, let's look at 2 example things that I did recently. A month ago, well, not a month ago, 2 weeks ago, I did a 1-week online camp for IOI participants. It was free for participants. Huawei paid me to do it. Then around that time, I don't remember, it was a bit before that, I think, I did like 2 days of on-site camp in Warsaw for Youth Olympiads. For Youth Olympiad. So there were like 6 people from Poland there, from below high school, from primary school. Then that happened a year ago. There was Polish ICPC finals Polish ICPC stage, where I was the chief judge and I was the author of most problems. 2 weeks ago, there was Universal Cup based on that. I even started writing the editorial in English, but it took me 2 hours to write down the most difficult problem description, and I gave up. I didn't have time. And now we are preparing the next. We are preparing the next Polish ICPC, coordinating it. I'm gathering problem ideas. We're choosing problems. We will prepare them. I do one-on-one coaching. I sometimes do group coaching as well. I might go to China next month. That's for some optimization competition organized by Huawei. So stuff like that. Can I join my classes? You can write to me via email or Codeverses. Stop asking the same question for 10 times. I commented on tourist reaching 4,000. Yeah, it's cool. He's very strong. Oh, I'm guessing possibly it's you weren't there before. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so my thoughts on tourist reaching 4,000 is he's amazing. I think he's the most talented and with the most achievements, competitive programmer ever. I don't know if I will resume teaching on YouTube. We'll see. Do I use ChatGPT to generate problem statement? I write it. I very rarely use ChatGPT. What I find convenient is that ChatGPT is good at translating problems. So what we might do, but it's slightly dangerous, is once Polish statements are done, Rainbow got extra points. Are those his first points here? Plus 19. No, he had 10 points, now he has 30. ChatGPT is very good at translating problems from competitions. When you need to translate from Polish to English or the other way around, it's good. So you just need to, of course, go through it, correct few things, but that saves a lot of work. Other than that, I don't really use it. When I was thinking about creating different educational materials, both free and paid, I think that also ChatGPT would help in maybe polishing my grammar, in describing something with some different words. I would never use it as explain segment tree to me, because that will be the average of materials from the internet, And there is no point in creating something that is equal to the average from the internet. The point of explaining something, like explaining some algorithms, the point of any of my materials is that I think that it's better than what is out there. And ChatGPT cannot do something better than what is out there. How is the score calculated? Someone clip that? You mean clip the tourist comment or what? How do Polish unis choose their teams in ICPC? There are some internal qualifying stages. The participants can form teams on their own. If they do not, then a coach will match the remaining people in teams, into teams. How is the score calculated? It is for every subtask, it's maximum. So once you solve a subtask and you get points for it, it will always count. That's the convenient way. One last line advice for someone starting competitive programming: solve problems. Don't overthink it, just solve problems. Go to any platform, sort from easiest, start solving. Aliska is fine now. So tell me again, I don't know if somebody answered, is she the winner of Girl Olympiad? Wasn't there Petr Mitrichev blog, Aliska week? Okay, so it's European Girl Olympiad in Netherlands, and she won. Okay, now with a big advantage of almost 100 points. And what history does she have in IOI? It doesn't say. Well, good for her. What I wish to everybody is, in such an important competition, is that they don't perform way below their skill. Because that's so sad, especially if it's their last attempt. If you're 13, like that guy from India, then whatever. If you don't do well, that's fine. Which level of lead codes? For interviews, you want to practice lead code, and you want to practice hard problems too. Problem statements available? No. She won EGOI 2 or 3 times. Oh, didn't know that. That's nice. Is it now her last attempt at IOI? When in contest, don't think, just solve. I mean, in ICPC, you need to look at the leaderboard and how many times every problem was solved. So there is some strategy aspect. What we did actually is that only one person from the ICPC, there are 3 people, around 12 problems, and 1 computer. What we did is that there was one person in a team, you can say captain, that they would keep track of the leaderboard and how many times every problem was solved, and they would assign problems to people. So for every person, he just sees few problems assigned to them, and that's it. They just try to solve the easiest out of them, and there is some communication of who should first use the computer if multiple people want to use it. And I was let's say the captain of my team, I was the one assigning problems. You can argue that, oh, well, you were the best there and so on. No, actually, arguably, I think the weakest person should be responsible for strategy to give stronger people time to think. So 2 people out of 3. So 1 person also thinks about strategy, which problems to solve, stuff like that. And then 2 people should just solve problems. Easy stuff. I mean, even if you're in top 6 or 8, often leaderboard will show you problems that you have not solved yet. I know the feeling of being in the top in ICPC stage, where you need to choose new problems, and then this person who thinks about strategy, looking at the leaderboard is not the only thing that can be done. You also look at unsolved problems, and you have some heuristic skill of deciding which problems have the best chance of being easy and how to assign them to people. I agree. If your team is one of the strongest in a competition, then often leaderboard will not tell you what is the next good problem to solve. But often, especially in the finals, there will be a lot of problems that you have not solved. You can even be at the first place, and there will be many problems that you have not solved yet and others did. There is 11-year-old kid from New Zealand. Nice. I guess we can find him. Is that the kid? If so, that's very nice. 68th place at such young age. What I mean by not thinking is more like not overthinking. Oh, yeah, sure. If you focus too much on, let's say, some kind of meta thing, you will lose. It will hurt your performance. And bad start can hurt. That's in any competition, both teams and non-teams. Start is very important. So let's look again. Petru now is getting there. Still hope to see him get 100 points here. Maybe he doesn't realize that this is an easy problem. You might not get the one idea. TR, I just joined. Good to see you. How am I? Am I working somewhere nowadays? I'm okay. And same old. I'm teaching, doing random things. Have I tried development and other computer science domains? Only a little bit. I'm sticking to algorithms, mainly teaching algorithms. At 11, I was watching Pokemon probably. Well, you can watch Pokemon and also practice programming. At 11, I did math. I was practicing math. Math before high school was nice. Everything was so easy. All the competitions, they were also just easy problems, slightly tricky, but no knowledge necessary. I like that. I won many national competitions in math before high school. In high school, it became harder. How much time remaining? 45 minutes. What do you do if... I will answer that question from Gorko. What do you do if there is no solution on YouTube and you simply don't understand the editorial after reading 2 or 3 times? First of all, I don't think that editorials on YouTube are that important. I'm kind of... Adam got some extra points. Extra 13 points in C. Okay, nice. So from 28 to 41. Good. The more points you have, the easier it will be to hold the gold on second day. Okay. First of all, I believe that you should prefer text editorials over video ones. Unless you know that this video editorial will be explained very nicely. But so I guess maybe nowadays there are few people who will make YouTube explanations and they should be more experienced than a random problem author. I don't know. What everybody here thinks. Nowadays, do you prefer the YouTube description from Cheyenne or Aryang? Or do you prefer the text editorial from problem author? What used to be the case that for almost everything I preferred text explanation. But you know, sometimes it's bad. Now, regarding the question, if you don't understand the editorial after reading 2-3 times, one explanation might be that you're tackling a problem that is too hard. Second explanation might be that the editorial is written badly. Hopefully it's the second option. What you then can do is go to codes from people in the top. You can open somebody's submission, somebody's solution, and try to read it and understand it. Maybe match it with the editorial. Hopefully it will be the same kind of solution, so you can now understand it better. You have more resources. If the first code that you opened is hard to understand, try something else. Maybe there is a particular person that you know always makes it readable. For example, blindly, I don't open submissions from China because they are not written in a way that is easy to understand. Like, for example, shorter variable names. And what else? Look at comments. Maybe in comments somebody described another solution, or somebody asked a question about the editorial and the author answered. And there will also be cases where it's just hard to understand. And yeah, you can ask your own comment, but sometimes it's okay to just move to another problem. Maybe just the problem is hard for you to understand because it's hard. Should I do code forces or add coder if I'm preparing for interview? Focus on lead code. If you only care about interviews, do lead code. You think Kang Yang will watch Pokemon later? Maybe he has other Olympiads to attend. Maybe math, physics. If you're interested in classes, write a message to me on Codeforces, email, anything like that. Leibniz says, my most vital mistake in Olympiad, do problems in order. Turns out the hardest problem is problem 1. Yeah, it's never safe to assume that. Text 100%, text 100%, okay. Not big fan of Cheyenne video editorials. How do those editorials work nowadays? Let's say Cheyenne. Cheyenne is a strong competitor, so he should be able to solve all the Division 2 problems, but does he describe solutions to all the problems? And does he know problems in advance, or just during the contest he's trying to solve them and then he describes what he can? Because I also tried, and for Division 1 contests, something is stuck. My computer froze. Everything okay with the stream? Seems okay now. Okay, good. Adam got some points. Okay, but that was some time ago, right? Adam got points a few minutes ago. Oh. Cool. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I also tried after Division 1 or 2 contests doing such discussion immediately, but there were cases where I did not know how to explain the problem properly. What I think is a good idea is if you know problems in advance, if you are a tester. So now, for example, okay, Division 4 does not really matter. Let's see some Division 1 round. Is Cheyenne or Aryang mentioned here as testers or not? No. Then I think it's very hard to do this outside of easy contests. Now I wanted to check. So there is this blog. Let's open 969. How many problems I want to see? Up to Dora's paint. So he solved. Where is Dora's paint? Okay. What is the last one? Expanded sets. Okay, got it. So he usually describes prefix of problems. Got it. More like the whole division to contest. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think explaining something in a video, in a live stream, that's a skill where I'm not saying that Cheyenne is good or bad because I didn't watch much of him, but you improve in time. I see that after 1 year of streaming and doing videos, I was way worse than I am now at explaining solution to a problem. And it's a lot about a lot of things. So you need to know what to draw, what to type, what to talk about, what to do faster and slower. For example, I think that both of those guys, they don't really type. Okay, this. I would have typed that with keyboard and then it's easier. You can be faster at typing and it's easier for everybody to read. I think Aryang does the same. Right? I cannot find him. What's his nickname? Bulgaria on top. Let's see Bulgaria. Okay. I thought that I'm mistyping a country name. Brazil. New Zealand, let's unmark. Poland, let's unmark. Bulgaria, almost a gold medal. Silver, strong bronze. Rank 403, thank you. Say something about Bangladeshi contestants. Okay, I will do in a moment. You know what also is hard about doing videos and streams? You never know exactly your audience. When you're doing a class for, let's say, 5 people and you know them perfectly, it's an on-site class, you will perfectly adjust the difficulty. You see by their expressions. Oh, and this in the top right is example of something I would type instead because it's hard to, I don't really know what this says. Maybe contains, will only contain cycles. With on-site class, it's so much easier. Hungary going strong. Istvan 5th place right now. And Ryan from Canada, so second Canadian person in the top, 7th place. It's so easy to see how difficult what you're saying is, and if and you can spend more time on something or less time. You also will choose the next topic, the next problem better because you know if something is clear or not. The least that the only thing that you can have online when you're teaching something is you can tell everybody to turn on their cameras. For any group class, that's not really convenient and people don't like it. When you teach a group of 10 people, they will not happily turn the cameras on unless you really force it. I taught classes in a normal high school for some time during COVID, and I didn't really force them to do cameras, but it had a big disadvantage of, well, first, I don't know if they keep track of what is going on, but second is that I don't know if they understand well what I'm saying. With one-on-one classes, for example, that's, you have perfect communication. The other person can speak a lot and you know what they understand and what they do not understand. With groups, I wish that always you would see faces, even if it's a big group, perfectly, even for a YouTube live stream, I would want to see the 50 faces with reactions just to read if they understand it or not. Another drawback of doing anything on YouTube or Twitch is that it's impossible to guarantee that everybody will be on similar level. So actually, even if you see reactions, you will not satisfy everybody. For somebody it will be easy, for somebody it will be hard. So that's bad. Drawing tablet is the minimum if you want to write words in some kind of drawing program. 30 minutes left. I was going today to stream for 1 hour, but I guess now I will go until the end of the contest. Second day maybe it will be shorter. I will go grab some water and maybe something to bite now. Does this work? Let's set this for some time. How come Poland has so many great coders? Poland is bigger, but yeah, also its educational system and history. It matters what happened 20 years ago and whether maybe at least one university started doing such classes, because now when you have strong teachers, coaches, then you have strong students as well. Oh, yeah, Bangladeshi, sorry, I forgot. Let's take a look. Bangladesh. Bulgaria. What do we have? So one person is not doing very well because from the 67 points it's hard to do something. So this person will remain today without provisional medal. I don't see here a scenario where he improves by a lot. But regarding the other 3 people, this is strong medal performance with a possibility of getting the 30 extra points, though it might be hard. So it's looking good for Jarif. Akip will not get many more points, so will remain at strong bronze. And Somya also will not get many more points. So very strong bronze medal with a possibility to fight for silver. So this is looking good. 3 bronze medals at least. Okay, I will leave you here for a moment. We'll grab water and something to eat. Aren't some Polish participants 18 plus? Maybe they are. Why? Okay, be right back. Somya underperformed today. That's a pity. $150 points. Oh, but theoretically 150 is not that far from the gold threshold. So everybody up to around 100th place have a possibility of fighting for the gold. It will be just very hard. What happened to China? What did happen to China? Oh, they only have 4 gold medals, including the win. What happened to China? Not getting the top 4 places. They will be so disappointed. I mean, if the final results are like that, they should be very happy. Because what else do you expect? Nobody was close to being in the very top, so... Yes, first half of the contestants are getting medals. I even have a slide for that. Among there are 360 points, not points, people. Oops. Top 30 gets gold medals. Then next 60 points get silver, next 90 points get bronze. In total, if you add this up, you will have 180 points with medals. I guess you can also do it as a pie chart. You have gold medal here, silver medal here, bronze here. Those are the ratios. Minus 5,000 social credit for not being in top 4. Yeah. Please start teaching us again. I will consider it. I know, I'll always feel bad when people ask me about this, like, why aren't you doing YouTube more? I know that many people like it. Well, I'll see. Georgia. Oh, this is not looking good. I mean, hard to say. I'm sure that all of them still can get a medal, and I don't know how strong they are, but it's not looking good. At least it won't be top 4 for Georgia. I think it's optimistic to hope for 2 or 3 medals for them. Sorry. Who are the underdogs? You know, many countries. Let's see here. Ecuador is underdogs. Actually, they might be not here if everybody gets 0 points. There are many countries, like for example Turkmenistan maybe, where they will not have a lot of strong participants. Jordan, Palestine. There are strong countries and they are weak countries. If you're asking who were underdogs who actually performed well today, I don't know, but I didn't know that Canada is so strong. Maybe they are. Actually, let's see here. This is list of, if you want, here's the link. Teams. Oops, teams. What's going on? Maybe I didn't copy. Is there Nigeria? Maybe. So China had strongest participants in terms of code forces rating. Then we expected to see Russia, Japan, USA, Iran. I think Iran isn't that much in the top, are they? Yeah, Iran is underperforming clearly. Bangladesh, right? Yeah. Georgia. I think Iran is underperforming with 2 silvers, 2 bronzes. Poland is doing okay. Canada. Oh, Canada has 2 strong participants and indeed they are in the top. Still, I think their performance is better than expected. Israel, I saw somebody from the top. How is South Korea doing? Because I saw Vietnam in the top, but not South Korea. Okay, Korea is doing strong. 2 golds, very strong silver, almost gold, and silver. Okay, so Korea is doing good. Dominican Republic. Does the Dominican Republic have a medal? Not really. Colombia. I'm just looking for somebody who is in a weak team, but actually they did amazingly. Ireland. I didn't know that Ireland is so... I don't want to say weak at competitive programming, but yeah, weak at competitive programming. Ireland. And that's something. What is population of Ireland? 5 million. Yeah, that's... I didn't expect that. Is it only in Olympiads or generally they are weak at competitive programming compared to other countries or similar size? Brian, only 10 years old. I don't know. Eastern Europe countries perform in general? Good. I mean, Eastern countries are strong. They always were. Portugal. Not very good. Best person from Portugal has 65 points. Can I Control F5? How do you hard to refresh in Chrome? So I'm trying Alt F5, Shift F5, and so on. I hope to refresh with cookies or something to completely reset this. Control Shift R. Oh, doesn't work. Okay, then one by one. Okay, I need to type. Or I can see who is ticked. Dominican Republic, done. There are 3 people right now, including Adam, with 246 points. And those were scores that appeared a lot. And then likely either you fight for 100 points in message or you fight for the full 100 in tree. But you have 20 minutes left. I wonder if anybody of those guys is working on that. And it seems that Kang Yang will finish with a big advantage because it's very unlikely for anybody here to get both 100 in message in tree. And if this is the final situation, then it's so convenient for him. There are 2 other people who solved 3, but for now both of them have very weak scores in other problems. Matthew from Indonesia and the Rainbow from USA. We'll see what Rainbow gets. We were discussing that an hour ago or so. I said that at least he will get 80 points or something. For now, it doesn't seem like this is the case. What Kang Yang have been doing after solving all the questions? Don't know. Maybe he went home. Maybe he eats something. Maybe he will try to get other solutions or better time complexity. I was expecting top 50 to be China and India only. Every country is allowed only 4 participants. And it's not that China and India are strictly stronger than all other countries. Japan. Sort by global. 2 gold medals, silver, and very strong bronze. I think Japan is doing okay. Poland. Ooh, Adam got 100 points for 20 minutes for Hail Mary and 100 points for message. Oh, that's looking good. It's such a pity that there is this amazing guy from China who solved everything in 3 hours. When was his last submission? 255, 301, 45, okay. Not even in 3 hours. But it's interesting that if you see it, oh, he got already 90 points. I wanted to say that if he got the around 90 points, then moved to another task, finished it at 255, then in only 6 minutes, he finished up to 100 points here. So I almost want to say that it is possible to get the full score from the 90 points in 5 minutes only. But his score was already better than everyone else here, so I'm guessing that his solution was significantly different. That's not good, but still I will hope that you can in 5 minutes get from 87 the full 100 points. Yes, the contest ends in 15 minutes. No, the problems are not out there. No, Adam is not my brother. Adam is cooking, yeah. And Kang Yang already ate his lunch. You're welcome, Isabel. Is this looking okay? I already commented on Bangladeshi contestant. When are the ICPC World Finals? In a week from now. The next one's in Kazakhstan. ICPC Kazakhstan. 15th of September it starts. That's 2 weeks from now. I'm not going to this one. Actually, you know what I will do during that camp? And it's not that because of that I'm not going to the finals. I'm going for the first time in my life to a volleyball camp. I recently started again playing volleyball. And it's not anything professional, but I'm going to a short camp, and I wonder how my body will react to doing physical activities for 7 hours a day. So finally I will understand people complaining about doing a competition, like a training for 5 hours. I never fully understood that, because for me, doing a competition for 5 hours is easy. I don't feel tired because of that. It's not that I'm exhausted. But there are people who struggle with that. On the other hand, I'm sure that there are people who are okay with doing sports for 5 hours, and I'm not able to do that. How should you recommend for ICPC? How you should train for ICPC? Be good individually, solve a lot of problems, and then practice in your team. Would I live stream ICPC World Finals? There are commentators on site with better tools and the whole team of analytics. Prizes and medals, I explained earlier twice. Azerbaijan, we can take a look. And let's unmark Japan. Strongest person from Azerbaijan, Akhan Damirli, 77th place. He can get the 18 extra points in the first problem, then that would be a very nice score. Allowing him to fight for gold, I think. Right now, it's a big gap, 170. Not that big of a gap, 30 points, that's okay. But it's a silver medal for now. And then there are two people with bronze and below bronze performance. You see in the queue that more people are submitting. A lot is going on. Gaśnica? Gąsienica, I think. But yeah, he's good, he's good. Genetics or learning stuff? Yeah, you will need to later on YouTube find the clip where I answered that for 1.0. I said that for easy, at low level, learning stuff and practice is enough and it's important. But at high level, for example, when you want to get a gold medal in IOI, then you need the higher cap of your skills. Because if you're not talented, if you don't have good genetics, I don't think you can get, no matter the amount of practice and the quality of your coach. So the higher the level, the more important genetics is, in my opinion. Polish and Indonesian flags next to each other. Why is Polish flag? Oh, okay, never mind. Is this an illusion? I was sure by the first look. I thought that Indonesian flag is a rectangle and Polish flag is tilted. That's not really the case. Both are wavy. Why is this? Why did I first think that this is a rectangle? Strange. Maybe because Polish flag is next to Chinese, and for Chinese it was clear that it's wavy. Kang Yang acting like he doesn't know the solutions of the next ICPC. Yeah. Maybe he now writes a lot of algorithms, and maybe they will not clear here's computer before they do. No audio? There is audio, right? Can you share the Q website? I don't think it's public. It is public. Then here you go. This is the queue. I hope I'm not DDoSing the service by sharing this with you. Queue. So with Q, you will get access to what you're seeing right now. Worst result for China in recent years? You might be right. Do they still have goals? Whoa, no. They dropped below the gold threshold. Interesting. Why do they struggle so much with the optimization problem? Because I understand the last problem is hard. Not everybody can solve it. But, well, two of them, it's not a big sample, but two of them only got 40-something points for the optimization problem, where it's known that IOI uses optimization problems. LGM with no gold. You know, also, only day one. They still have second day, and China will be expected to go higher. Status is red. Oh, I see. Thank you. A moment ago, we commented on this person who only has 40-something points from China. Now 72. So not a disgrace to the whole country. At least not that much. And there is one person left from China with the low score on this middle task. And there is one person, and I'm guessing what is happening here is that the Yuhong Guo maybe is implementing the 100-point solution without going through the middle step of 41 or 59 points. Maybe this is what we are seeing here. Because if everybody is doing this for 40 points at least, then, you know, it's not very likely, still possible, that you don't get an idea for that many points. Soumya recovering from Bangladesh. I don't remember what his score was, but let's see his points. He recently got a lot of points. He was stuck at 140 for a long time. Then maybe an hour ago extra 20 points, and now extra 30 points, extra 30 points, let's say. Which also affects his rank. Come on, Adam. We believe in you. 95 points from Daniel Weber. And wait, was that here? No, that's from a moment ago, right? Yeah, 4 points. Come on, 5 minutes left. Whether Adam gets 100 points, that heavily affects his chances to tie at the first place. What about India right now? Let's unmark others. Also, I want to see Rafa, I think, underperforming at strong bronze, but he can do better. And we have 2 strong silvers with an ability to fight for the gold medal on day 2. India, you said. So Sodani gold. Let's unmark Poland for a moment. And we have 3 silver medals with very small differences here around those places. So, you know, 50th place versus up to 120th place. It's not that big of a difference, the 30 points. That's a good versus mediocre performance on day 2. Okay, and Brazil now. India. Pedro still without the 100 points here. But I'm guessing many people get 82 points. Felipe, 100 points, 58. Okay. Okay, go Poland. Go Adam. China 3rd place. Nice. He jumped from how much? So how much did he have a moment ago? Oh, he was the guy who had only 17 points. Wasn't I saying that he likely is going for 100 points directly without that middle step? I think I did say that. Okay, so if we exclude Poland now, China 1st, 3rd, 12th and 32nd. Okay, I think we were just very early to complain about their performance. This is not bad. Still might be the worst performance in years, but it's not bad. Okay. Uzbekistan results. Okay, very quickly. There are 3 people who are extremely close to the bronze medal threshold. That's top 180, so around this. They are all within few points from each other. One person got 100 in the first task, others got 82, and there is one person 50 points below. So they will have a harder time getting up to bronze. Okay, 1 minute. And I'm also now observing the queue because it's important whether people in the top are submitting. But for now, it seems China, Poland, China, Israel, Indonesia, Canada, Australia, Hungary, USA, Canada, Japan. And where did Russia go? Ivan is from Russia? And who's this person? Also Russia or not? 1 minute. Minimum IQ to win in the contest, to win top 5. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Is Adrian Głowica also a modification of Adam Gąsienica? What was that earlier? Gaśnica? Ten seconds. Adam, come on. The contest is over, so in a moment I should have did some countdown. I should have done some countdown, but still we might see results that are being judged. So come on, but I don't see new submissions from him. Ryan is trying a lot in B. I think for half a minute more something can change, because you might submit in the last minute and then for some time tests will be run. Whoa, Rafał now got points. We can also, the website is lagging. Internal server error. I guess too many people are refreshing. I want to see at what time. That was 1 minute before the end. Okay, 1 minute before the end he got extra 13 points. What it means is that there is still queue going on. Only now seconds ago a submission from minute before the end was judged. So still some things can happen. I saw repeated questions. I'm eating this. Some kind of yogurt. So it seems, Rafał, we've literally in the last minute got to the threshold of silver medal. So Poland has a strong, being a winner contender, 3 silver medals. With 2 of them, with clearly an ability to fight for gold, or also fight for bronze. I think those are good results. Rafał is how much behind? 20 points behind the other 2. And those are 20 points behind this. It's fine. I think no more changes. Okay, so summary of the results here. Okay, again, that many people score up to 300. What we have is the, I will say, China winner for now, 300 points. There is Adam from Poland with 290 points roughly. And this might hurt if tomorrow just this guy does everything that there is to solve reasonably. Then 30th point, and that's gold threshold. Provisional, because there is second day, that's 210 points. Silver threshold, 90 points or 90 place or so, 170. And the bronze, 125 points. This is a small difference. 40 points. I guess it's the same thing here. But your 90th place can easily become a gold medal if you perform well on the second day. There is clearly a huge difference between the gold threshold and the winner. So if you have 210 points, you will not win the full contest. Also, if you are around the bronze threshold, you will not get gold, but you can get 1 medal higher. How am I bringing the queue? Some, let's say, internal tours. Day 2 is not tomorrow, it's in 2 days. Day after tomorrow, Thursday, same time. I will also stream, not necessarily for such a long time. I don't know how the 3 hours passed. I would like to see statistics of what I was talking about for what amount of time. I expected to stream for 1 hour to just talk about the current results. Maybe just the chat was very active. Lydia pasted link to GitHub where you can run the queue locally. Okay, I think this is it regarding the standings. Those seem final after the first day. I will take a look at Codeforces, maybe something interesting happened. Where is IOI discussion? Oh, there is also a blog of from 4 years ago, what to do after you solve everything. You can play games. You can read C++ documentation. Somebody creating the next Facebook or Google. Entertain yourself using other contestants. Who has the loudest keyboard? Who types the fastest? What is the model shirt color? I don't understand that. What is model? I don't know that. Implementing your solutions again in other languages. That would be interesting. To solve something in a language other than C++ then. I guess I have a package. Then I think it's good time to finish the stream. See you in 2 days, everybody. On Codeforces, there will be a link. Bye bye. Thank you for watching very much. It was nice to